In today's What If episode, I'm going to look at what if cards begin having more countermeasures for card effects. I'm going to preface this What If episode with a recap of cards released in the many sets we have so far, and one spoiler from the far future. Remember when Special Booster 1.0 first dropped? In the beginning of the trading card game, blue was one of the most powerful colors, turboing up to Omnimon and having a card that today is still played. Hammer Spark is one way for blue to gain memory, and with memory gaining effects, this brought about the first 3 Digimon that would counter blue's memory gaining ability. Chewmon was the only Digimon to make its appearance until 1.5, which gave us the additions of Terriermon and Gazimon. All 3 of these Digimon became staples in their respective colors, and today continue seeing play for the fact that Memory Boost is now a thing. While they don't counter memory effects of Tamers, not being able to pop the Hammer Spark to choke your opponent to 1 memory frequently became what would make or break a game. And today especially, popping a memory boost is all that is needed to evo a Tamer into a hybrid Digimon and swing for game. Battle of Omni is where Bandai brought about 3 new Digimon with another ability, in the form of Gaussmon, Sayakomon, and Cutemon, allowing for new Digimon to prevent the reduction of evolution costs. These cards weren't too heavy hitting in the BT5 meta, mainly because Lord Nightmon was running rampant. But for yellow players, this was a great way to prevent Lilithmon loop players from looping and Imperial Dramon players from doing their thing. With BT6, this gave blue the mirror counter memory abuse, in which they now have Madoki Betamon, blue's own way of preventing memory gain. But for myself, where the hell are red and yellow's memory blockers? In BT8, we get one of the first Digimon that says, all turns, players can't ignore Digivolution requirements. This is a big one, especially with the fact that Agumon Bond and Gabumon Bond were so powerful for the reasons you could skip requirements. Skipping all the way to BT9, this is where Bandai has introduced a new yellow Digimon in the form of Pillowmon that says, all turns, players can't play Digimon by effects. While not huge to consider right now, America's release is so far behind this counters rogue builds like Diaboromon, Eosmon, and occasional tamer playing Digimon like Nokia Shiromine. But the real counter, Security Digimon. Your opponent swings into security with Pillowmon on board, and hits Omnimon's worth defeat. Nope, nope, you're done. No battle, no popping out. And here's where the real What If episode begins. I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel lately, and seeing Ash Blossom after Ash Blossom, Max C after Max C, Droll and Lockbird after Droll and Lockbird. What are effects you'd like to see? For this next part, I'm going to take a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card and apply similar effects to it with the Digimon trading card game. For those not familiar with Ash Blossom, this Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster prevents your opponent from drawing cards by card effects. And right now, the first one I want to cover is, what if there was a level 3 Digimon that prevented you from drawing cards with card effects besides Tamers? Keep in mind that cards would only be drawn by draw phase or Digivolution, and for some colors, especially blue, this puts a nerf on them, which has many card effects that draw them more cards. Max C is another staple in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Universe, that whenever your opponent special summons a monster, draw a card. Granted, in Digimon we don't have such a mechanic, but gaining memory is a common thing. Rather than trashing a card from your hand, maybe this could be a tamer that says, each time your opponent gains memory by card effect, draw 1 card for each memory gain. But that's its only standalone effect. If your opponent doesn't run any memory gaining effects, it might as well be a dead card. Hell, I'd be interested in the day we get blocker tamers, considering Marcus Damon punched Craniomon's spear with his bare fist. Does that make Marcus a 13k blocker for Shine Greymon? Jokes aside, I want to know what you think the Digimon trading card game will think of next for interactions and whether that's a good or bad thing. This is DIGI-PANDA. Logging out.